What if I wear this for the whole video? Now, sometimes when I have difficulty coming up with topics for videos like this, my friends and family will say things like, keep a notebook by your bed so that you can write down any ideas you may have while you're asleep. Really great advice, unless, like me, you're a fucking crazy person. Apparently Thomas Edison did the same thing, and I think it shows a lot in his work, because one time he electrocuted an elephant in public, and I mean, I don't know if I want to align myself with that kind of personality, but I tried anyway, because what else is there to do? So here's an example of what nightmares I draw inspiration from. I think cats would be faster if their back legs were a wheelchair. That's not even true. Cats are so fast. The only effective replacement for a cat's hind legs would be rollerblades with rockets on them. And they made an angry dog noise every time the cat took a step. If you hear a sudden change in the ambient noise today, it's because there's a refrigerator like 3 feet away from me right now, and it's making a lot of noise. What is that red thing? Why does that even exist in my life? Look, I'm an old man, and I've had a lot of experiences in my life, and I think individuals could benefit from those experiences to some degree. So this video is going to be called 3 Tips for 3 People, because I said so. Basically, I've chosen 3 experiences that I have found myself in, unfortunately, and since I have learned from those experiences, I'm going to pass those teachings on to people who might be in the midst of something just terrible right now. And if this catches on, maybe I'll skim the depths of more of my repressed memories that I probably wish that I still didn't remember. Alright, quick tip for aspiring chefs. If at any point you are unsure as to whether or not the element on your stove is hot, it is unwise to confirm your hypothesis by placing your open palm down upon it. And I know you're thinking that sounds like common sense, because it is, but I wish somebody had told 5-year-old me that before I landed myself a sick Morgan Moonscar's eye-shaped burn mark on my hand. That's a Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island reference that I think I'm the only person right now old enough to get. I was just trying to find a place to put down my binder of Pokemon cards. I wasn't even cooking. Also, stay away from a stove if you're not even cooking. Also, don't put your Pokemon cards on the stove. What the fuck was my problem when I was 5 years old? For single people who decide to ask somebody out so that they can miraculously no longer be single while simultaneously making other people not single, just one person, not many, unless you're into that. If you hear from their friends about your proposition before you hear from the actual person you asked, chances are your feelings are not 100% reciprocated by that person. Either they're unsure about the commitment, or they think you're dangerous. Hey, Kevin just asked me out, so does anybody know if there are any warrants out for his arrest? Or more reasonably, evidently I don't know Kevin as well as he knows me, but he just offered to share an intense amount of monogamous saliva with me. So does anyone whom he's opened up less to know him well enough to promise me that I won't find him with a mouthful of someone else less than a few months from now? My overarching point is, if they have to consult a clan of elders before they give you an answer, chances are the word yes didn't enter into the response portion of their brain when you asked them on a coffee date. Or they think you're a fondler. Either one is, they're both equally likely. For people who have many different pets, if your friends give you dubious or questionable reasons as to why they don't want to come over, more often than not, it's because your house smells like 3 or 4 different species of shit. Take a big fat inhale of a full litter box and then multiply that by about 5 different diets, and what you'll get is an aroma that would make any chemist want to set fire to and explode their lab. The kind of fumes that mix together as a result of waste from a lot of different animals at once is the chemical equivalent to a dirty bomb. It's like an ice cream sundae made up of different kinds of feces, which is what all ice cream sundaes end up becoming in the end. And a bonus one for aspiring musicians: if you ever use the word fire in reference to your mixtape, I'm going to assume that what you mean is, my mixtape is so bad, you should set it on fire. Similarly, if you use the word drop when you're talking about an album, I am going to drop that album directly into the garbage, and then kick your skull into a fire, where coincidentally there is also some asshole's mixtape. Fucking people on the internet, I swear to Christ. Ah! Was that fun for you? Because it certainly was for me. If you enjoyed this video and you have a gripe with someone for any reason, leave a comment Or you can also tell me on my Twitter, and maybe I'll make another video in the future where I address that complaint in full detail, and probably while also talking about my own wiener. Those seem to come up a lot. Those? Do I have 8?